Howdy Pitmasters. Today we're doing pork shoulders on the Oklahoma Joe's high-end offset smoker. We got this thing fired up at 4 AM this morning with a bed of lump charcoal to light the fire, and then we've been adding iron bark and red gum wood splits throughout this cook. We're sitting at 250 Fahrenheit now. We're about 5 hours into this cook, spritzing with apple juice every 45 to 55 minutes to help that bark form, and it's coming along really nicely. So yeah, this is going to be a good one. Let's get into it. So our first step is we're going to trim the fat cap down to around 1/4 inch of fat, remove any of that unrenderable fat. Then we're going to apply our barbecue rub to it, all sides, edges, get it in there really liberally. And then we're going to use our twine string and we're going to truss it back up into a nice, like a little nice neat package. That way it stays together throughout the length of the smoke on the offset smoker. So that colour we're getting there is by using my Raunchy Rib Red Rub. It's got a bit of heat, a bit of sweet, and it's perfect for a low and slow, long pulled pork cook, just like this one that we're doing right now. It's going to be really good. Alright, so we're putting the rub on here, and as you can see, we're going to cover it pretty well. We're going to put a pretty good solid amount of rub on this one. And there it is. Perfect. Alright, rubbed, trussed, and ready to go on the smoker tomorrow morning. Alright, so it's the next morning, 4 AM. These pork shoulders have been sitting in the fridge, sitting in those rubs overnight. So we've got 6 kilos or so of pork shoulder here, ready to get on our offset smoker. We've got our lump charcoal here in the chimney. We're going to pour it in once it's all ashed over. And then we've got our mix of iron bark and red gum wood here that we're going to preheat on top of that firebox. Get it onto that lump charcoal, get it nice and hot. And then once our pits reach around 225 Fahrenheit ambient pit temperature, then we'll get these shoulders on to smoke them. So you can see here our charcoal's almost fully lit, and once it is, we'll come back and pour it in. Alright, so our pit's up to temp, we get our first log split on, let's have a look. So just preheating the next one there. Beautiful clean fire going in here. In here, boom. Shoulders are on, and we're off. Okay, so we're about 2 hours into this cook. We're on our third log split now. We've got a smaller one here. We've just had a bigger one in there, so it's lasted a bit longer. We've spritzed our pork shoulders with apple juice once. Now we're going to try and do them every 45 to 55 minutes. That's just going to help allow the smoke to attract to the moisture, and also just stop the bark from drying out before it started to form with that rub. So should be daylight soon, and once it is, we'll come back and have a look, and I'll show you guys an actual look at the cook inside the cooking chamber, and a look at loading up our fire as well. But right now it's pretty cold. We don't want to let any heat escape this cooking chamber, so we'll come back and check on it shortly. Alright, so we're 3 hours in, and we'll just put our next log split in. See that one burning away there? Perfect. Quick peek at our pork shoulders, preheating our next splits here. Looking good. Bit dark, but you'll see them shortly. Alright, so it's been another hour or so. So I want to give these a good spritz. There we go, get some lighting on that. Getting a nice colour, nice bark. Yeah, looking good. Keep that wood preheating there. When this fire starts to burn down, which should be, I reckon, give it 10-15 minutes, that log should be ready to put the next split on. Alright, so we're coming up to 5 hours in. Nice clean fire burn happening there. Preheating some more splits here, and those shoulders are getting a really nice bark on them now. So these are sitting at around 155 Fahrenheit internal, 150, 155, coming along well. Fire looks good in here. Alright, we're about 6 hours into this cook. Another wood split on. We've nearly hit the stall. We're at 160 Fahrenheit internal. It's starting to slow down, which means it's probably hit the stall. So we're going to wrap these pork shoulders in tin foil and do what's called the Texas Crunch, and that's going to help us speed up this cook. That way it's ready for dinner. But let's have a quick look first. Looking pretty good. Nice bark right there. Okay, so today we're wrapping in tin foil. You can use either butcher's paper or tin foil, whatever your preference is. We're using tin foil today, so we're going to wrap these shoulders up really tightly, and this is going to help us push through the stall and speed this cook up so it's all ready for dinner. And we're just going to leave them like this for the next few hours until the cook is complete. Cooked for a few more hours, pulled the pork shoulders, added some barbecue sauce and prepared everything else, and we're ready to have dinner. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.